Turn to the teacher. Turn to the teacher. Turn to the teacher. Turn to the teacher. Turn to the teacher.
And welcome back. I'm Mike with the Turntable Teachers, and class is back in session. Here for another guest speaker episode at AOA Studios. If you're an artist, podcaster, or content creator of any kind, especially on the North Shore of Massachusetts, be sure to hit us up at aoastudios.org to book your session or service today. And I'm joined today by an incredibly special guest. We have another out-of-stater. We've had a lot of those this year, actually. So you are, I think, the third or fourth one we've had, which is really dope. He's coming all the way from Connecticut. Just actually performed at our last installment of our New Dia Showcase series last night. So as this is coming out, it's been a few weeks since then, but and he's great artist. I've actually found him on like a one of those like artists you may know type things or whatever, another artist I was listening to. Very, very weird. Now like we're sitting here. So I guess of Spotify, the algorithm,
the internet, man.
Pretty crazy.
Yo, what Childish Gambino said? Because of the internet.
Because of the internet. This is none other than 4KPHIL, everybody.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Of course. No, hey, thanks for being here this weekend. It's been a lot of fun already, and we're here to keep things going.
I'm kind of scared of your questions, but let's do it. Let's do it.
He's heard stories apparently.
Yes.
You know,
yes. I don't know what skeletons will come out, so we might have to doctor.
There's a rumor out there that like maybe I'm a Fed, so like, or at least I have some type of affiliation to that. So I think we're gonna be okay.
All right, cool.
I think we're gonna be okay. It's nothing too incriminating today.
Okay,
I think
it's
it's some fun stuff.
Okay. I like
more fun than
fun.
I would say. Yeah, which we try to keep it that way. Yeah, it's been a couple instances though where it actually happened with Tomo. Shout out to Tomo, who was our headliner at the our last New Dia series that just happened last night.
Yep.
One of our previous last couple episodes ago. I was told to ask about some speaker, and I didn't realize that the alleged speaker, had been allegedly stolen. And so
did you end up asking?
Yeah, and I guess he was I think statute of limitations. It was like well over 10 years ago.
Got
you. It was like really funny, and I'm like, oh.
That was real.
Yeah. I was like, I always say it's not supposed to be incriminating, and then someone gives you. I maybe should vet these a little bit more because I was told to ask about a speaker. I'm like, well, I like to be also in the dark about it too. Like I'm like, I ask about a speaker.
I'm asked.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask. I didn't think it was that big a thing, right? But
well, you wouldn't think because if someone brings that up and it gives you no backstory, you don't know the context.
Well, it was stolen at a very like prestigious white college, so I'm not that mad about it. If I'm being honest as well, that feels
white privilege. Okay.
Yeah.
Even
that's what I think.
For apples.
Yeah. If honestly, that's not much of an even trade off there.
I was about to say, did you really take something from them? They probably didn't even notice it was gone.
Probably not.
Probably did.
Probably not. Probably needed a little bit more reparations than that. But whatever. We digress. 4KPHIL coming all the way from Connecticut. It's already gonna be a banger. I can already tell. So for anybody that's just being introduced to us for the first time through 4KPHIL, this is the first segment of the show, which is called The Objective, where we get to know a little bit about the artist and their background. That's where I like to start to kind of set the tone. And you have a very, I think, unique upbringing from the standpoint of music. Kind of reading up on a little bit of sort of how it all happened. I know you were like really big into sports and athletics as a kid, which is not uncommon. That's not the uncommon part. Yeah. But the one that I found fascinating, that if you don't mind me asking about this, were you shot? Is that true? Or shot at or something like that? I would love to hear that story, because it seemed as though from my research and what I've read about you that it was a very pivotal point in you like wanting to go and start doing music and like redefine your purpose instead of being an athlete. So I'm really curious about that story.
So in September of 2018, there was a home raid on one of my close friends. I won't say the name because we're not friends.
No, of course.
I won't give that. And I get a call. I'm at work. I'm working like dead-end jobs. I'm going like, I don't know, I think I was working at like a warehouse, just like packaging. I forget what we were even packaging. But I get a call saying, hey, Phil, where you at? Yeah. I'd literally just had gotten out of work, got home. think I ate some jerk chicken my mom had just cooked. And I get a call and they're like, yo, we need you to rush over to the house. So I rush over. They give me the down low. Apparently someone broke into the house and like slapped her mother or something or whatnot. So they actually had beef with her younger sister, like friends. I forget what the exact issue was. So immediately in our head on some detective shit, we try to go over and basically just confront them like, do you know who would have done this to her mother and whatnot? And they were too forthcoming with the information. Actually, the mother was, I'll be honest with you, it was about 7:30 to like 8:30 at night. We're in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you're from Connecticut, we were actually by the terrace by like Old Town Road, which is not a safe area after dark. Good things don't happen over by there. I was never raised like that as a kid, so, and none of my friends were who was there with me. So in our mind, it never clicked the whole trespassing aspect, because genuinely we weren't there to fight anybody. We were really just trying to confront people, get information. But I can see how that perspective can get skewed when you got your kids behind you and you got like 4 to 5 black guys just standing outside your house. So the mother was home alone with the kids, and then the father pulls up. The father immediately yells, "Get off my lawn." I was a little inebriated. I had a couple drinks before I got there. So I'll say this: when I drink a little too much, I feel invincible. That's probably the best way to describe it. And I stood my ground. I was like, bro, we're not here to fight nobody. We're asking a question. We just need answers. That's it. He was like, I don't really have to answer shit, to be honest. So we stand there. We're still going back and forth. I wear glasses. I didn't have my glasses on. So I didn't even see a gun pulled out. I genuinely, say like,
Holy shit.
yo, for real. Say like where that wall is, that's where the guy is. I can't see that far without my glasses. I literally can't. So I can't, like, if I was to take these off right now, Kevin Garnett would just look like a black blob on the wall right now, to be honest with you.
Crazy.
And he shoots in the air. Once again, I'm drunk. So I heard a pop, but it's summertime. I'm thinking this, like, I'm not correlating gun yet. Like, gun hasn't popped up in my head.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I hear another pop, but the pop felt like it was coming to my direction. So I get shot. I don't feel anything. I'm drunk. Like that shit when they talk about when people get into car accidents through drunk driving and the adrenaline kicks in and they are probably the ones who don't die, but everyone, that's a real thing. That really real. Because my friend Garfield, who wasn't drunk, got shot. He was like, I was not like that. The bleeding was internally. Everyone was like, yo, Phil, you're shot. You need to go. Once again, like, I'm not feeling this. I'm not seeing this. It wasn't until we got back to her family house where her mom's a nurse, goes and looks at me and sees the puncture. But there was no exit. So, like, I still to this day have that bullet cap in my back. And you can see it protrude out my back if, like, I stretch a certain way and whatnot. And I have the scar across where they had to go and repair my small intestine and then my left kidney. And so I get to the hospital. They rush me. They take my phone away. They call my parents. They do the whole 9 yards. My dad meets me at the hospital. I see, because I can only have 2 guests in there. And it's my mom and my dad. And my mom, she just didn't really want to look at me. She was just crying. And then my dad was kind of just sitting there. My dad really doesn't cry, but I could just see like his eyes were like red a little bit. And I'm sitting there with like tubes up my nose and my mouth, but they don't think I'm awake. Like they just think I'm just like either sleep or like coma type shit. So my dad stays with me the whole night. And I think I fully like get up around like 8 a.m. the next following day. And we just had a very, very long conversation where he kind of asked me, he was like, Phil, what's the shit you get into? Like, how could something like, Phil, like you went to college, you did everything I would want you to do. You're not a kid of that stature. How do, understand this. How could I explain to your brothers and sisters? How could I explain to your cousins, your nephews, your nieces that you ended up a victim to gun violence? It just wouldn't add up. It wouldn't make sense. I'm not the stereotypical bad kid. I know in the music a lot of the times people like to put up facades and what they are, but I think that's just, at the end of the day, music is entertainment. So me and my dad had a really long talk, and I kind of told him how like I deal with shit and how like I may succumb to like the pressures just to fit in, because sometimes based off of how the way you parented me and my siblings, we never felt like we got to do what we wanted to do. I was like, Dad, I always wanted to do music. It's just you're an immigrant who just came from Trinidad and Grenada, and I know how going to college and that was very important to you. So I never brought that up to you because I thought you never entertained the idea of me becoming a rapper. And he was like, Phil, I want you to know when you have kids, don't ever do what I did because it was never like that, but I never told you that. So as a son, you're just trying to appease me. So my dad buys me my first laptop. I make a project called Make It Happen, Season 1. This was under the artist name, capital PHIL. And then kind of the rest was history. Wow. And then I became 4KPHIL maybe like 2 years later after that.
What a crazy story, man. Thank you for sharing all that. I did not think we were getting that much out of it when I asked, but I'm glad. I appreciate it. And like, I think...
I've never told that story on like...
No kidding. Wow.
Well, I've told like friends.
Sure.
But I've never told that on the mic.
Well, thank you for choosing here to tell it. You could have declined that to even answer that.
Yeah.
I find this could be a whole different long-winded conversation that I probably will try not to make it. First off, glad you're still here. that's I think like we should get that way because as we've seen lately, especially in maybe a little bit more in our faces than we would like. But understandable is obviously the everyday victims of gun violence in this country, and
man.
I understand. Where I kind of sit with it is like I feel so I'm not a gun owner. I've never shot a gun. I've never touched a gun. I have no interest.
Nope.
I don't want to. It's just not. Yeah. It's not something I believe in. Put it that way. Frankly, I do understand that having a Second Amendment right to own a gun if you want to be a lawful gun owner. Like do your thing.
Do it the right way. Do it the right way.
But clearly, we're in this position though where it's obvious that more people think that they can not only just freely use these things and also like do and again they just do real damage. We're seeing the damage it's doing in real time, and being somebody that came from a background as a teacher for the last obviously I've been teaching for the last a little over a year, but I was teaching for 8 years. I mean, it is a thought every whether you want to admit it or not. It's a thought every day when you walk into that school. Yep. My wife's still a teacher, and it's something I still think about. It's like you hear it all the time, and it's it's really. It's a problem. It's been a problem, and we just don't want to address it, unfortunately, because there's too many lobbyists, there's too many politicians behind all of it. Again, I could go on and on and on about it. And again, I hate to make this like a right-left issue because it's become a right-left issue, and it annoys me. It is because this is a humanity issue. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, it's the guns, people. Like, I know it's a mental health thing too. It can be both. I feel like I feel like the left, people think that like the left only think of it to be a gun issue, and then the right only think of it to be a mental health issue. And part of it, I think, again, it's that polarization piece that drives me nuts about it. But the biggest thing that I think about is that it is both. Yeah, it is. Like,
one can lead to the other.
Of course. Like, why are these people getting access to it? I guess your situation is a little bit different, so I'm not gonna put it in that context. But I'm just talking about gun violence in general. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just really it's a frustrating thing when, I'll put it this way, as PC as I can put it. It's frustrating when someone like myself, personally, right? I'm just speaking from personal, has spoken out time and time again, either to friends, family, social media, about gun violence, specifically gun violence in schools. I know it's something because it's probably I'm a little bit biased to it. So like and then to see the outrage when a certain someone gets murdered, and now all of a sudden we want to talk about gun violence. We want to talk about so that part's frustrating to me, and I can't get past that piece of it.
Well, I mean, the most prominent example is obviously the Charlie Kirk incident that just occurred. And bro, listen, man, I never want to see someone die. No. And I feel bad. I'll say this much, and people might comment under this and say
whatever. I don't give a shit.
I don't really care. The only people I feel bad for in his situation is his wife, because she just lost a husband, and his daughter, because she just lost her father. Him, I don't care. You can't spew hate out into a world and expect not to receive the retribution of your actions. Like you are the same one preaching what happened to you.
Phil, if you had died and it had made a national headline, he would be, his response as it always was this is just the consequence that we have to have of having this having Second Amendment rights. And that's not me saying that. That's his words verbatim. So I'm sorry. Like and then it's
and listen. The state of Connecticut actually took that court case, the thing that happened to me, because it did end up in the news, to trial. The guy who shot me got away with it off of self-defense. But like I kept stating and kind of like hinting, I was never there for any malicious intent, but I can see how that could have been perceived. So when I'm on the stand giving my kind of everyone, the jury is like, well, dude, yeah, you were. Now, to be honest with you, I never ever wanted that guy to go to jail. Because what me and my friends did, we're not cops. We should have not been there. We should have just called the police. So I don't want to take that guy away from his family. I'm here. That's all that matters. Mm-hmm. My family still got me. I want his family to still have him.
Right.
And once I let go of that, man, it opened the door mindset for everything. I live my life just a lot happier. Shit is not that deep to me sometimes. Right. Like it's just I every time I see my boys and we're leaving, I'll be like, God bless, get home. Like it's just certain things that you see, and I saw both sides. Cause like my friends are outraged, like, yo, we need to go beat him up, and I'm like, why? You can't see how we were wrong. You can't. Nah, two wrongs don't make a right. He shot me due to the fact of he doesn't know who I am. And maybe I did come off looking a certain way, so it's like, yo, this guy's not going to get me before I get him. We come from that. Like I said, where we was, if you're from Bridgeport, Connecticut, you know it's not a good area.
Right.
So you don't know what could happen. He could think I'm trying to do, and we had no weapons on us whatsoever. Right. My friends own guns, and do I agree with it? No. Do I understand it? Yes. But I just tell them, guys, a lot of things can be solved with just talking.
I agree.
A lot of things can be solved with just talking, but people don't want to do that.
People don't want to talk. They want to have this selective outrage about certain things. Yes. And, you know, I think, and I listen, and I agree with everything you said about that. I don't want to harp on this too much, but with the Charlie Kirk incident specifically, I felt very similarly where like, it's kind of, for me, it's agreed. Thoughts and prayers to his family, and it's kind of moving on, because that's how they treat all of these other situations.
That's how you would have treated someone.
So for me, it's like it's kind of whatever to me.
Yeah,
and I hate to be that guy, but I can acknowledge at the same time that no, I did not want him to die. When I heard he was shot, and when he was shot, and that he wasn't pronounced dead yet.
Yeah,
I swear to God, I was on the phone with Nick from Mindflex, and he was like, "Did you hear Charlie Kirk got shot?" I go, "Yeah." I go, to be honest with you, like I literally hope he doesn't die.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I said that because I don't want, because why would we want that?
No one wants that.
For the narrative to be that if we're, because
we're happy because he's dead.
Anybody that's not far right is celebrating this is an insane thing to say. It's an insane thing to say. And if people are celebrating it, I don't agree with it, but that's your prerogative. But that's why we're supposed to live in a country that's free speech. And I'm going down this rabbit hole I said I wasn't going to go down. But the point is just like, guys, when we come back to when I kind of look at it from a big picture standpoint, I love your perspective, because it's like there's so many people there's so many families that don't have their son, daughter, whatever it is, father, brother, whatever, come home from gun violence. So there are probably a lot of stories like yours where you're grateful to be here, and you know that, and you're very blessed to have you still with us, but that's not always the case. And I just think that we're getting in really dangerous territory in a lot of different ways, but specifically with the guns. Like it just really it frustrates me. But again, I get why, and I get that they will never be outlawed in this country. It's not going to be.
I have a 2-year-old son, and I think, and I won't throw this into another. I'll give just another example.
Yep.
People love to push the narrative that, like, for instance, cops. My cousin is a Brooklyn PD. Mm-hmm. I've been pulled over by cops. I've never felt like my life has been threatened.
Interesting.
They're just doing their job. If you just look at it from that perspective, that's how some of my friends would be like, no, Phil, they just pulling me up. No, he's doing his job. He's probably just going to let you go right after the fact. Give him the credentials. Don't start this big thing. I see stuff on the internet where I'll see like a guy saying like, he pulled me over wrongfully, and I'm like, okay, but your license is expired. It's not because you're black. Your license is expired, bro. Like that's it. I don't know. I feel like, and this is left and right, everybody's just playing the victim role. It's always victims. Why?
And it's always the most unhappy people. Yeah. And then there's all the rest of us, the majority of us that are like kind of in somewhere in the middle. Maybe we lean one way or the other, and we're just like, can we just live our lives?
Just live your life,
like
bro.
I don't want to be told that I'm being an asshole because I'm not posting about Charlie Kirk. Like get out of here.
Yes.
Like I don't.
Yes.
I don't know. It's anyway. We don't have to go
politics and
it's tricky. One thing though that I can't really relate on necessarily on that same level because I don't think it's the same. So forgive me if this feels like a comparison because I don't mean to compare.
You good.
The only time that when I thought of this, when I was like thinking about asking you this question about you being shot, I had one moment where I probably wouldn't have died, but I've had like one, I'd say very close call, we'll call it. So I was camping with some friends and I ended up having a seizure. And luckily, again, I had people around me to like help me get out of it and take care of whatever. But the doctor didn't tell me that I wouldn't have like say died necessarily. But he's like, put it this way, like you're grateful that it happened when you were around other people. Because it could have been a lot worse, is what he said. So I'll kind of take that. I'll take that as it was. Yeah. But I also felt like after that moment, I started to look at things a little bit differently too. I started to look at my life differently, and in a weird way, it almost refocused me. It centered me. It gave me, I don't want to say it gave me the kick in the ass, but like it kind of like snapped me out of some habits that I think I needed to snap out of, but also gave me some perspective on the direction I wanted to go professionally. That's really where I really took a hard look at my life, and I said, "Damn, if I had died in that moment, would I have been happy?"
Yep.
That and like fulfilled? Yep. And like the answer at that point actually would have been no. Yep. And now, since then, it's been a little over 3 years since that moment, and now I'm like, I've chosen to live my life in a way that is reflective of the way that I want to live it. And again, I hope I live a long life, but if tomorrow would be the end, let's say, like I'd feel pretty satisfied about the direction I'm going and where I'm at. So I guess I say that not as a comparison, but just as to sort of relate a little bit. And so my question here is like, from that moment to now, specifically maybe with music or in other ways of your life, how do you feel like you have sort of found that place and where you are not satisfied, but you are living life the way that you want to live it, and maybe making the music that you want to make and all that sort of stuff? So
I'm glad you asked that, because once I decided I wanted to make music seriously, everyone starts from ground zero. You don't know what your sound is. Like you don't know what will connect with you. Because at the end of the day, I can't make stuff that I wouldn't listen to or that I can't resonate or is not relatable to me, per se. So at first, I was making music like, I think this is when Pop Smoke had popped off. So I jumped into the lane of like doing drill music. Okay. I always preach, even since like high school, like I remember the day when Mac Miller, Watching Movies with the Sound Off, came out.
Great project.
When J. Cole's Born Sinner came out, when Kanye West, I think it was Yeezus, all came out on the same day.
Mm-hmm. I remember that day too.
I remember that. And I thought back to that day where I'm like, I want to be that Philip. Like I want to think like that again. I want, when people go to listen to my music, it brings them to a sense of like, I'm trying to think how I could say this. Nostalgia. Kind of like even Frank Ocean's album.
Yeah. Literally wearing the hoodie right now. Nostalgia.
I want that nostalgic essence. Like Mac Miller's my favorite artist.
Interesting.
My favorite artist.
I've said this many times on this podcast. Mac Miller's trajectory is one of the most enjoyable I think I've ever watched from an artist, because it's like where he started. I actually never liked Mac Miller from the beginning.
I got a hot take.
I did not enjoy Blue Slide Park. I liked Kids, but Blue Slide Park, I was like, nope, this guy is not it.
Yeah.
I like because he was all hyped up at that point.
Yeah.
And because Kids was hot, and then then
you
that
got
dropped.
the Conscious Mac.
And I was like, nope. But then after that is where I was like,
Yeah.
wait, maybe there is something here. To the point where, God rest his soul, by his passing, he was, I think, like in terms of range, like tell me another artist that has a divine feminine and a watching movies and a good AM and also an album I don't like, Blue Slide Park, all in their catalog.
Yep.
And I don't mean those his four best albums. I'm saying just from a range standpoint, is wild to me. And especially what he was working on this swimming, circles, all of these projects, right? Even balloonerism, right?
Yep,
like
bro.
it's wild.
Yeah.
Him and
Mac,
Tyler, just to see their trajectory.
Mac was
has been
ahead of
wild.
his time, and this is my hot take, and I know people are gonna hate this one and probably give me so much shit in the comments. If Mac Miller was alive, he'd be bigger than Drake.
I don't think that's well.
If Mac was alive, he'd be bigger than Drake. Mac was already producing for some of the biggest acts right now. He produced for Cole. He produced for Kendrick. The only missing piece was producing for Drake.
Right.
He would have ended up on songs with Drake. I'm telling you. Just the love and the fandom that I get from everyone that I see on the internet and the industry, when they talk about Mac would have been bigger than Drake. And people are going to give me shit in the comments about that. But to go back to what my sound is and my turning point when it came to what had happened to me and then connecting it to the music, I go by the name artist 4KPHIL, and I actually got that name from someone who had listened to me when my name was just Phil, and they were like, this is too plain. You need to add something to it.
What about when you were Payday? When was that in the mix?
Bro, what? How did you find that?
I can't give sources on there. We'll talk after.
Oh my God.
Where did that fall in the mix? I'm curious. Not to cut you off.
Payday was like, I'm like a sophomore or a junior in high school.
Oh, that was before just Phil then. Okay,
yeah.
All right.
That was.
I'm just curious what the progression was.
Yeah,
that's all.
it was Payday. I stopped making music for a while.
Okay.
Then no, I'm lying. It was Philadelphia.
Oh, that's even worse.
It was Philadelphia.
That's bad.
Then it was Payday.
I'm sorry.
No. This is the progression of being
That's
an artist.
amazing.
You find the name, and now it's like, now my name is. It's my name. People are like, Dude, I've never ever told someone to call me 4K. People have just done it, to be honest.
4K feels a fire name.
Yeah.
Having said that, I don't want to shit into it. That feels like an artist name.
Yeah.
I'm like, that feels like, all right.
Yeah.
It rolls off the tongue. It's nice.
It's
It's nice.
But I met my now creative director, kind of like my manager, and just label mate on Paperjack Productions, based in Minneapolis, Minnesota. His name is Colin Campbell. Artist name is Soupy 2K. We actually made a song called Young Picasso that got into NBA 2K. I forget which game. I think it was 2022 or 2023.
Wow.
And there's another artist, his best friend was named Triple Cast. So he was like, Phil, I think you should take the person who DM'd me his advice. I think you should change your name. You should just become 4K. So that's how the name was made. The music came after the fact when I started getting influenced by like people. You ever heard of Mike? Mike?
I like him a lot.
Yes. So I found Mike just on a rabbit hole of just going through YouTube, just honestly scratching for beats and just trying to download shit and record. And I literally watched his interview. He had lost his mom, and was his turning point. And I just saw his approach to how he went about music, and it was about realism. So like my album, Actions Speak Louder, is literally about me having a son. It's literally about me talking about, okay, you could do the do of having sex with a girl, making a kid, but actions speak louder than that. You could say you love somebody, but showing them you love them is a lot deeper. One of I think my only love language is acts of service, and I think it makes sense because I don't need to tell you I love you. I can show you I love you. So in my music, I want people to listen and understand who I am as a person and understand why I just move the way I move and why I may talk the way I talk and why I move the way I move. So my turning point is just, I have a life goal. I want to be an NBA head coach. I just want to teach people. I just want to teach people. And I want to teach people through the music that it's okay to love yourself. It's okay to be down in your luck. It's okay to lie and look cool in front of your friends. But at the end of the day, the only person you're cheating is yourself.
I love it. And I think what you're saying is very reflective in a lot of your music. And that's like, this is all kind of connecting for me now, which is like super dope.
Yeah.
I want to get to the main lesson of the segment of the show where we talk about what you got going on now. And you had said you had dropped Actions Speak Louder. And then your more recent body, like full body of work, was Actions Speak Louder Than Words, which was a project in 2024 that you dropped.
Correct. Which was just a deluxe. To that. Yeah.
And it felt like that moment was a little bit like around that time, those two projects, right? Kind of felt like a big of a turning point for you. Very big. Like in terms of your professional career. So the song I found you on was Truancy.
Yeah.
And that's
one of the realest songs.
I love that song, first of all. The sample is unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. And just the way you ride that beat is just
that producer,
so
Wampon, is actually from Maine. He's from
kidding.
Yeah, like Portland, Maine. I think.
Wow.
Or another town, but I know he's 100%
from Maine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about that time, right? So like when things started to go upward for you, like that upward trajectory, so to speak, like, how did you handle that? And, how were these two projects? What do you think it was about them that was reflective of that upwards trajectory? Like, was it the production? Was it, what you were talking about? Was it, your cadence, combination of all the things? Maybe it was something where you were at, like, spiritually. Like, I'm just really curious about like what it was. I'm always fascinated with artists that when they, I don't want to say you like popped off, but you certainly like sure gained a ton of traction from those two projects, or the project and the deluxe. Yeah. So I'm just genuinely curious about how it all kind of got here.
We said this earlier when we were talking off mic. If you build it, they will come. So it was just understanding just music, just understanding like what will get eyes and what will get people just to light up when they hear certain things. So like I think the intro of that project it's a fire sample, and I'm kind of saying the same thing, but it's a chance, kind of like it puts you in a trance. Then you go into a song like Johnson & Johnson, where it's just a vibe. You could be in a car like late night just driving. Then you go to a song called like Rent Late that got Malik Elijah on it.
Shout out to Malik Elijah. He's a Turntable Teachers alum. He's been on the show.
Yo, okay. And I start out that song with my girl bitch because the rent late, but ship like. That was real life. Like I had paid the rent. Wow. Like the rent was late. The rent was really, really late. So I think that is what attracted the ascension. Just being real. Just being just what you are. Just saying
connectivity. That's how I got it from your music. I felt connected to it.
Yeah, man. That's literally it.
Trying to make genuine connections through it.
That's it. That's really it. So then when people either rap it back to me or they'll DM me and be like, yo, this song like taught me this or this, it's very nice to hear because those were the intentions. Like I didn't do this without I don't think I would be able to make a project like that if it wasn't intentional.
Sure.
Like that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like,
that's beautiful.
And then like projects like, if you haven't listened to Making the Band Part 1 and Part 2.
I was going to ask you about that with Gold Matter.
Yes.
Those are about your more recent EPs, I would say.
They're EPs. They're EPs.
So,
and I know stuff I want to drop before the album. So it's just
okay, cool. All right. Another album coming.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I love that. I guess this ties in, I guess that those two projects as well sort of tie in, I think, as well to, you being with Paperjack Productions a bit because... Gold Matter is a part of Paperjack as well, correct?
No.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
He may be by the end of this year. The way we're going with things.
Interesting.
But no. He was actually a separate producer that had hit me up because I had worked with an artist by the name of Rakim Ali out of Albany, New York, and was like, we should do something together. We hopped on a call. Next thing you know, a week later, we had Making the Band Part 1. We dropped it, got traction immediately. Spotify editorials ate it up, and then the algorithm ate it up. We ended up on a couple of them joints. So we said we got to rush and get 2 out. And three might come out at the end of this month. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling because I got to go to Minnesota at the end of this month.
Okay.
To go shoot the trailer for the album, go shoot videos, go do a bunch of that stuff. So I may get tied up and not be able to finish it, but I do want to get Gold Matter on Paperjack Productions. So if you watch this... That may happen.
Okay. So maybe I'm manifesting some certain things.
Yes.
Apologies that I got that information a little wrong. But either way, I'm fascinated how yourself, an artist from Connecticut, gets acquainted with a collective from Minnesota. Like I'm just in a label from Minnesota. I'm really fascinated and curious about this.
Subi 2K, the who's at the helm of Paperjack Productions, who had started it, he through the internet because of the internet.
Wow.
And that's like my brother now. Like that's my boy. He's met my son. He's met my dog. He's met my family. He came out to my first show after we dropped the first project, Pay-Per-View, when I performed at SOBs, came all the way from Minnesota. And now that's like a second home. Wow. That's home away from home now. Like I think this is going to be my 4th time going to Minnesota this year. And the goal is ultimately to get him out this way. But that happened through just genuine. After what happened to me, I realized I only want genuine people in my life. If you do not care for my greater good and my well-being and making sure I get back home to my son, we don't need to be next to each other, period. Because I would never, ever want to have to pick up the phone and call your mom or call your girl or call your dad and say, Colin's not making it home. So that thrived off of, one, just him being hungry, savvy, want to work with new artists, but it also kind of worked in the favor of him just believing in me.
Love that.
He was like, I want to mix your shit, Phil. I don't know. Give me a chance. And that's what happened. A chance was given, and then a chance turned into, now he does everything. He literally did the set list yesterday.
No shit.
Literally.
Wow.
Literally.
I love that.
Literally, yeah.
It's great when you find a home in that sense and that family like that. Like I felt that way about here at AOA Studios, and then of course with the Mindflex guys as well. Like, you know, I actually was talking to Pete from Say That, who's, I know you guys can't see it off camera, but we have another podcast set for one of our other flagship podcasts here at the studio off camera here. But over text this morning about just like how great it feels to like be in a collective like Mindflex, where like I feel as though that they bring out the best creative parts of me, and then I also help to bring the betterment from like a organization sort of like let's see the bigger picture focus standpoint, like one hand washing the other, and it's just really cool when like you find that group. And I likewise, like it's got to be from a genuine place. It has to come from a place that's collaborative, genuine. We have to like each other. Like I can't get into business with anybody I don't like. I can't fake that. I can't. It's just not me. Like I know some people can do it. It's just not. It's not a skill I have yet to get. And maybe it's a skill I don't think I want to. Money is the root of all evil. Yeah. I say this, and obviously I'm not a millionaire, but I could become a millionaire. It wouldn't change me. I wouldn't want it to change me either. I don't want it to. Yeah, I completely agree. Would not change me in any way, shape, or form. I don't even. You know what's funny? I don't even think I want $1 million. I know it sounds crazy. I just want to be comfortable. That's exactly where I'm at. I want to live a comfortable life. I don't want more than I need. And you know, not less. And I just want what I. You know, I don't think that's a lot to ask. No. Well, and it's again inflation. Well, of course, yes. But I think like you think about this, and I was listening to it was just obviously recently the anniversary of Tupac's passing. Yes. Speaking of gun violence. Yes. And I was listening to a clip of him talking about, and this was 30 years ago. And it's just wild to see how things have changed. He's like, but you know, like, because I think the lottery was like $36 million that year. Yeah. And he was like, who needs $36 million? He's like, people got these rooms they've never been in their homes. And then we got homeless people that can't find a home. And like, you know, and again, whatever, he was saying it in his Tupac way, and his more, philosophical. And it sounded better coming out of his mouth is basically what I'm trying to say. Poet. It's better than it come out of mine. But I agree with that. It's like, I am rich in the sense that I have and only keep the best type of people around. And it's what's gotten me this far. You know, and it's keeping the circle that I have, both from a professional standpoint with the music and the creatives, and to family and friends. Like it's all my wife. Like it's all like I only will keep in my immediate circle like the people that I genuinely know are down with me and are good people, and I know their values. Like I know where they come from. It's like I'm not. There's no, and it's like a real recognized real thing. I feel like my radar for that's pretty good. I don't know. Maybe sometimes it's not. No, sometimes it'd be skewed because you get lost sometimes. Especially, I'll speak from my perspective with like music and like other artists. Like I have collaborative artists that I work with on a daily basis, and we talk all the time. Then I have one-offs where we did one song and we'll probably never ever talk ever again, but it just made sense musically at the time. But feel similarly about the podcast. I've had artists and guests on here where Yep, it was more of a transactional thing.
Yeah,
Again, there's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
wrong with
Call-
that.
yeah, no.
But it was
It's
what it
business,
was.
business is business.
Business is business. And then there's been moments where, yeah, I've had someone come on and we end up becoming really close friends.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah,
that's
yeah.
actually, I mean, how I became friends with a lot of the people that I am in
Yeah,
the music industry
yeah,
is because
yeah.
of this.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it was no other reason than like, oh, they saw an opportunity to come on my podcast and we ended up actually really hitting it off. And
Yeah.
now we're friends
And
or
now
like
we're
we're
friends,
doing
and now
business
we're cool.
together or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
that part is really, it's because of what we do that brings us to these other people.
Yeah.
And there's such a beauty in that. And I think I think there is a lost, some of that does get lost a bit in like the day to day of like, oh my God, I'm trying to get this amount of streams or this amount of subscribers or this amount of money or whatever.
Yep.
And like, or I'm trying to make the next hit song or put out the next big music video or or I want this photo that I took to go viral. But it's like, nah, the shit that matters is like the relationships, like, and that's what I'll take from this when I'm gone or when I'm done. I eventually stop doing this. It's the relationships.
It's the feeling. Like even when yesterday when we're making the set list, one of the songs called CJ and San Andreas is gonna be the next single off of the album, and Soupy, as he was making, he was like, "Oh, this makes perfect sense, because we got it coming out, so you could premiere it and whatnot." And it's not that I don't want him to focus on the more important things, because it allows me to focus on some of the stuff that he doesn't think about. I think about like how someone is going to feel at the fact that the first time I've ever seen this artist, he's playing a song that's not even out.
Yeah.
That's fire in itself, because now if they like it, it draws the attention of, oh, I'm gonna go follow him. I'm gonna wait till this drops, and now I'm gonna go and listen to it and stuff like that and whatnot. And I'm glad I actually performed a couple unreleased yesterday, because
No, your set was fire. It was really cool to see you live.
Thank you. I appreciate
really, really
it, bro.
dope.
I appreciate it.
And you brought Jonesy out here and all that.
Yeah,
It was really cool.
Jonesy's also a part of Paperjack Productions.
Love that.
Yeah,
Super dope.
Yeah, that's my boy. I've known Jonesy. Well, I'm 29. I've known Jonesy 15 years.
Holy shit.
15 years.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
my boy.
that longevity is
It matters.
It matters.
And you're gonna have differences. You're gonna have.
Oh my God, of
differences.
course.
You're gonna
How could
argue.
you not?
That's brothers.
You know?
Yeah. that's
It's about no yes men is what we like to say. out here.
I want you to argue me. I want you to be like, Phil, that does not make any sense.
Yeah.
And we have a grown debate about it.
Yeah.
And if you are right, you're right. It is what it is.
I think this is actually the perfect segue into our next segment,
Wow.
which is my favorite segment of the show. Is called Pop Quiz. So Pop Quiz is a segment of the show. Oh God is usually 9 times out of the 10 reaction we get from every artist. It brings them back to a moment of when a teacher said, "Oh, you're having a pop quiz," and I wasn't listening for the last 3 classes. Type shit. Get a lot of that. But for anybody that's a fan of 4KPHIL, just being introduced to us for the first time, Pop Quiz is a segment where we ask our guests rapid fire questions that have little to do with music. Sometimes they do, but most of the time have nothing to do with music.
Okay.
But they have everything to do with Phil. So as long as you know yourself,
I'm good.
You can't fail.
Okay.
Very rarely. I don't think we've ever had anybody fail.
Okay. I never say never.
Well, first question. Speaking of what we were just talking about,
Okay.
tell me about your arguments with Fatboy Jonesy about Drake.
Jonesy claims that he is not a Drake hater, but when Not Like Us came on, he played that song 30 times in my car. 30 times in my car. And then when Drake dropped Family Matters, he's like, Phil, this song is not even good. I said, okay, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. You can like the song more. You can like whatever. But you are not going to downplay this song and act like 3 beat switches into 3 different flows is not fucking good. So my arguments with Jonesy when it comes to Drake, they go on for hours, and they do get loud. I just got loud because
I can tell.
it literally, but it's because he fucks with me sometimes and will say shit that knows is gonna piss me off. So that's our arguments about
That's
Drake.
really funny.
That's it.
I love that. Favorite spot to eat on Eat Street in Minneapolis?
I forget the name of the taco spot, but I think it's like Viva La Mexico or some shit like that. Colin's gonna read this and be like, "That's not the name." And see this and be like, "That's not the name, Phil."
I just love that you picked. Just I don't know why it's fine. It's so funny that you picked a taco spot in Minneapolis.
Yeah,
It just feels
It
doesn't make a
feel
lot
right.
of sense. Doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel
Again,
right.
not to I'm sure it's great, but like I think tacos. I think I don't know Austin, Texas,
No.
or
I'm a weird guy, man, dude.
That's hilarious. Speaking of, we'll stay in Minnesota. How long did you stay on top of the bull in Mall of America?
I think like 30 seconds.
Yeah?
Like 30 seconds max.
Okay.
It wasn't too long. Oh my, all right, what's next?
He doesn't want to talk about more. Who's the better ping pong player, you or Eli Rose?
Eli.
I feel like that hurt you to say, but it sounds like the truth.
It is. I'm just competitive, so I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it.
I got you. So this one's interesting. Why does your dog hate Soupy but love Johnny?
Because Johnny's got this kind of... So Johnny Tsunami, my boy, he's got this aura to him. It's like, I don't know. It's like, you ever had that, like, you got, like, your favorite, like, uncle or aunt or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's what it is. I think Soupy was trying to be too much on my dog Romeo, and Johnny was kind of just like, I mean, he gonna come when he gonna come. And he did that, and he ended up falling asleep on Johnny while me and Soupy sat there and recorded. Johnny's an awesome dude. Johnny, shout out you, man. You already
awesome.
know, man.
This one's a true or false. The first draft of Zealand was originally called Born Star, but you had to change it because it sounded like porn star on the record.
That's true.
You can elaborate if you want, but you don't have to.
How do you know that? That's true.
Again, you're 4KPHIL. We have to know. No, I'm okay. No, again,
Nah,
I'm not. I can't say off air.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off air. Excuse me.
okay.
Who told me all these? But I'm not. I don't reveal sources on air. It's not what we do here.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Yeah. No. It's because the way sometimes I say words. Colin was like, I know what you're saying. Jonesy knows what you're saying. But people are going to hear this song and think you're talking about your son, and then you just said the word porn star. You were just talking about something and just said porn. I was like, okay, fair enough point. Fair.
I love it. What's so you used to work at Cheesecake Factory.
Yes.
What is, in your opinion, the Mount Rushmore of Cheesecake Factory flavors? Like the four best, in your opinion.
You gotta go classic.
Okay, classics on there.
Oreo.
Okay.
That's a must.
You better say my favorite. You haven't yet.
I'm gonna go double chocolate.
Okay.
You gotta go double chocolate.
You got one slot left for my favorite.
I think I gotta go another classic, strawberry. I have to. What's your favorite?
I like the Cinnabon one, bro.
The
The Cinnabon one's fire. Or the Reese's, but again, I know they're a little sweet.
Oh, I forgot Reese's.
The Reese's.
All right, no. Kick strawberry out, Reese's.
Reese's has got to go. Because the classic comes with the strawberry on top
Yeah,
of it anyway.
yeah,
So, like, you can kind of get away.
exactly.
You kind of almost...
But you get those people, they come for like their 70th birthday and they just want to eat just cheesecake, no flavor or anything.
No,
That's
I get
why
that.
I got to throw it out.
I understand that. No, it's
Got to,
classic.
got to,
I get it.
got
I get
to,
it.
got to.
Last question in pop quiz. This has been great. You're like almost 100%. You will be if you answer this correctly.
Okay.
Tell me about the zebra cake party in Danbury.
The zebra cake party in Danbury. What? The zebra cake party in Danbury.
That was what I was given. A zebra cake party in Danbury.
The zebra cake party in Danbury. I'm not gonna get this one because I have no idea what is going on.
Okay.
Okay.
A minus then. You just missed it.
Zebra cake party in Danbury. Can I get a time frame? Like zebra cake.
You want to do a phone a friend? I'm
Who's
just fucking with you.
I was about to say who is the friend that gave
I'll tell you off air. I can't tell you right now.
Fair enough.
I can't tell you right now.
Fair enough.
All right, well, we ended on such a little bit of a down note, unfortunately.
I'm sorry,
with
that was
foot.
anticlimactic.
It was a little anticlimactic. That's okay. It's okay. You still did really well. I think you passed.
Okay, I'll take that.
I think at least an A minus.
I mean, for college, I was like a B+ student.
There you go.
Right? So
I think that's right where you sit. Honestly, you only got one
that.
question that you didn't know, so
Yeah.
we're good.
And
You're
to be honest,
kind of in a good spot.
I might know it later.
Yeah, it might click. It might click.
It might make sense.
Oh man, one of my last questions, and we'll go quickly back to the main lesson, and then I got one last final segment. It's pretty brief, but always a fun one for the artist. But I really want to talk. You had mentioned Zealand, and I want to talk a little bit about you being a father. So like how, if at all, I'm sure it does to some degree. Like how inspiring is is your son from, and just being a father in general when it comes to the music side of things? Like what inspiration does that provide?
I think about Z all the time when I make music. I think about Z all the time just in general. But when specifically music, I want him to be proud of his dad. I want him that if music is something that he wants to do, I kind of lay the foreground of it to where it's like, okay, this is what my dad made. Maybe I just want to be a instrument type of guy. Maybe I just want to play the bass. Maybe I just want to do that. Maybe I don't want to be like my dad. Maybe I don't want to do those things. But a lot of the times the inspiration comes from the future. It comes from thinking about him and what I hope him to be. And honestly, I just hope him to be happy, healthy, and doing the things he loves. So I always think about Z. Making the band part 1 and 2 literally is like odes to like my older self and like what he would have told Z right now about me. Like saying like, this is what your dad was. This is what he is now.
Interesting.
So yeah, no, I think I love my son. I love him a lot.
That's beautiful. I love that. No, I just felt like it was something worth bringing up because obviously he's important to you,
Very
important. Yeah.
Very
I would imagine that like anybody that's especially a child, but that you have, but anybody that's important to you, like creatively, I think that gives you that that extra spark.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. My method to my madness when it comes to music is I go out and live. I don't.
You have to.
Yeah, I don't just sit in the studio. And maybe that works for some people. That does not work for me. I go and live, so I have stuff to talk about after the fact.
That feels like the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Tomo, we were just talking about that on one of his previous episodes. Like he was just talking about like that. It almost feels difficult.
It's
unless you're talking about surface level stuff, which again is what it is.
Exactly,
but like if you're gonna get heady about it, or you're gonna try to make connections with your audience.
Exactly. It has to be, even if it's, I don't know, you get morning wood. That's a relatable thing, but how can you tie that into music and say it in a dope, creative way?
Right.
You just maybe got to get morning wood one day, and you're like, yo, I got morning wood. It ain't fit. Like, and then it just happens. Like that's how music should be made with any genre. To be honest with you, it should be you lived something, so now you can channel it into this one project, one song, one EP, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
New single Morning Wood coming very soon, bro. You heard it here first. 4KPHIL. This has been one of my favorite episodes of the year, like hands down. This has been so good. I feel like we covered so much in the time that we sat here catching up. Again, thanks so much for taking the trip out to Boston and Massachusetts and hanging out with us and being here and the show last night and obviously right now and with the episode and it's just been great to finally meet you and get to know you a little bit even better in person than we have over the last few years just virtually, so to speak. So it's been super dope
because of the internet, man. It's all because of the internet. And I was telling you yesterday, this year and just years to come with music, because I'll be 30 next year, is very pivotal. It's connecting with people out here, maybe in your same age bracket. We all just try and get it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be around people that's trying and get it.
I love it.
And do it the right way and do it the most positive that they can and just live our life to the fullest and hope to accomplish all the dreams that we want to set out. So I even appreciate the opportunity of you having me here, getting to get a story like that about what happened to me out into the world. And I did feel comfortable coming here and saying it, and I think that does to the fact of the setting you guys place for artists here. It's homey. It's I feel like I'm just chilling. It doesn't feel like an interview. I feel like we're just
really dope.
Just
it's funny you I had two people actually come up to me last night at the show.
Yeah.
Who once they told me who they were, I was like, oh, I see you like all my stuff all the time, but I never met them, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things they both said that really had my hat on is like, we really appreciate how when every episode I listen to, the artists always seem so comfortable and and I'm like, that's the goal. Like I'm not here. And again, there's nothing wrong with this. I get this is just the culture we live in. I understand it, but I'm never gonna be the clickbaity guy. I'm never gonna try to like stir up some bullshit just to make something entertaining. Like, I don't know. I come from an educational background. I come from I'm more of a softer kind of person. Yeah. Like I just like to make connections and like so my audience. Yeah, like maybe there's not 1 million subscribers on this up on this, on this podcast. But the biggest thing is like, I know everyone that subscribes comes here because they want to hear the real stories. They want to hear a real connection between two people that sit down. And it's, and that for me, like those two people last night coming up to me and saying that to me means the world. It couldn't, it means more than 1 million subscribers or whatever ever could for me. So like that, the fact that that has kind of always been the mission and the goal, that is reflective to the audience and to the artists that sit down here. It really just truly means so much. And I wear that as a badge of honor, but I also take a lot of pride in it too. And I know there's a responsibility that comes with it as well.
Yeah, it does. I put my trust in people that I know, like I said earlier, that have my best interests and want the best for me and my well-being, because I want the same for them. Yeah. So, and
that's it's very mutual, 100%. Can't let you go quite yet though. We got to do the last segment of the show. Okay. Which is my favorite, well, and our artist's favorite too. I love this one. Dream song scenario. So you get a song, it's a 4KPHIL song, and you can have any artist dead or alive on that song. So I'll structure for you. You get 1 to 2 producers, or a max of 2 producers, and then a max of 3 guest features. So you don't have to use all 2 producers or all 3 artists, but that's like the max. We don't want we don't need like a 1 train out here. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was
we love that song, by the way. Or like a work remix, you know what I mean? Or, but again, 2 songs I enjoy very much, but you could sit here all day and just list 10 artists. Okay. We got to cap it somewhere. So those are the caps. Fair enough. So and it can be dead or alive.
Two producers.
Up to 2 producers and up to 3 guest features.
3 guest features. Okay, so the 2 producers dead or alive, I'd probably want to go Dilla.
Okay.
Jay Dilla as 1.
Fire.
And then in all honesty, it's between 40 or Pharrell. 40. I'm going to go 40.
I like it.
Yeah, so Jay Dilla and 40. Do I need all 3 of those features? So the number 1 you should know is Mac. Mac has to be on the song. I don't think me and Drake will mesh together, so I'm not gonna pick Drake.
You already got 40, so that's like Drake adjacent.
I'm Drake because I got 40. Already.
You got 40, exactly. That'll work with what it is.
Yeah, that's fine. And people are not going to like this answer. R. Kelly, Mac.
Interesting.
Mac, R. Kelly. And then for that 3rd spot, do I want to go rappy or do I want to go singy again on some girl stuff? And then I'd probably go Faith Evans. So Mac, R. Kelly, and Faith Evans.
We've never got Faith Evans
producers, on here. Jay Dilla and 40.
I like it.
I think we can make a fire R&B
I think you could definitely make a smash hit with that lineup. All right.
Are y'all gonna hate me for the R. Kelly take, but I don't care. It's hard, yo. He's hard, bro, man.
He's separating the artist from the art.
Yes. That's it. I'm not saying what he did was right, guys. I'm not saying that, but just go and listen to 12 Play again, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Go listen to the Chocolate Factory again. That's all I'm gonna say, bro.
All right. Well, we're here. We started with Charlie Kirk. We ended with R. Kelly. This was 4KPHIL, everybody. No, this was an awesome episode, bro. I like I said, we hit it. We officially covered all bases.
We covered all bases.
We officially covered all bases. All that's left to do now is plug away, let the people know where they can find you. Anyone else you want to shout out? Now would be the time.
Shout out Paperjack Productions. Shout out Zealand. Shout out all my supporters as of right now and the ones that soon will be coming. You can find me on all streaming platforms for KPHIL, period. I got music out, so it should pop up after 4KP. On all media platform or social media platforms, it's 4KPHIL, period, and underscore. And please just tap in and just relate. Just listen and just lock in. That's all.
I love it. If you're a fan of 4KPHIL, just being introduced to us for the first time, you can follow us at Turntable Teachers on Instagram and TikTok. And if you're an artist, podcaster, or content creator of any kind, make sure to reach out to us at awaystudios.org to book your session or service today. We offer a plethora of services from photography to videography, mixing, mastering services, recording, podcasting, kind of the works, whatever you need, right up on the North Shore of Massachusetts. Be sure to check us out.
OnlyFans.
I guess we can talk if you need that, or I can at least point you in the right direction. There's been more than one joke made about that, by the way.
Yeah.
When it comes to like, people should do their OnlyFans stuff here. I'm like, I mean, I don't have a comment on that necessarily.
Mike's just like, I have never been presented with it, so
It has never been a problem.
yeah.
Although one of my father-in-laws, believe it or not, my father-in-law's friends came in here and said, "Oh, we could totally shoot a porno in here." I'm like, "What? How is that the first thing you think about when you walk in here? Like, that doesn't make sense."
That wasn't the first thing. He had that on his brain.
He was gonna say it. He was gonna say it. Yeah. I don't know, bro. It just.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yo,
so it's never happened. I'm not saying it's not something we list, but
yeah,
whatever. If you wanna, I guess go for it. So anyway, that's gonna do it here for this episode. I'm Mike. That's 4KPHIL with the Turntable Teachers, and class is officially dismissed.